Ezzard Charles, former heavyweight champion of the world, who made 3 tries to regain that crown, is stripping off his rope now. That a towel looped around his shoulders. Has tried against Joe Walcott and Rocky Marciano twice, and certainly must be recorded as the opponent who was most damaging to Marciano, ripping Marciano's beak in that last one to provide us with the most famous nose in the sports scene for a period of several months. And this is Johnny Holman going back to his corner. Johnny Holman outweighs Ezzard Charles, 202 to 195.5, a surprisingly high weight for Ezzard, incidentally. And, of course, he's taller, 6'3", is against 6 feet, and has an 80-inch reach as opposed to Ezzard's 74-inch. So Ezzard will have to get inside those long arms, and we can expect Charles to rely much more on boxing finesse rather than attempt to slug it out with his bigger, rangier opponent. Because Ezzard learned in Florida a few weeks back that even a tired Johnny Holman, which he certainly was in the 9th round, still packs a lot of power in either hand. Johnny Holman is in the black trunks, Ezzard Charles in the white. Charles has been scoring to the body. Ezzard, of course, has a great edge and experience going for him. He's had 102 fights as opposed to 38 for Johnny Holman. But Holman has the advantage of youth. 27 years old is against Ezzard's 33. Hook by Holman found the side of the jaw of Ezzard Charles in that exchange. There's 1 minute left in the opening round. Seconds left in the first round. Holman countering the body punches with another left hook to the jaw. Just seconds left in the round. Ready to go now into round number 2. This is Ezzard Charles in his corner. His attack was mainly at the body in the first round, staying under the long arms of Johnny Holman whenever he could, getting inside and belting away to the ribs. Clubbing right hand by Charles was high on the head, did not do damage. big right hands that Johnny Holman is throwing. Ezzard has seen them coming thus far. Charles, of course, has always been noted as one of the most finished boxers in the game. A very good boxer. Left in round number 2. A good left hook to the body delivered by Ezzard Charles. He slipped most of that right hand that you saw shoot at his head. About 25 seconds left in the second round. The end of round 2. This is Ezzard Charles returning to his corner, and he's up against an obviously more confident opponent tonight. And for Ezzard, this is a very big fight because it's a fight he has to win to maintain what you could call a profitable ring future. He can still go on fighting, of course, but a victory in this fight is an absolute must if he's going to stay in the money fights. Across the ring, Johnny Holman was the hero of one of the most unusual boxing events I've ever witnessed, watching him fight in Chicago. He lost a fight while his opponent was knocked unconscious. He had been losing on points steadily against a fighter named Larry Watson, and then connected with a big right hand 2 seconds before the bell in the 10th round. Larry Watson was still out when they announced that he was the winner. They fought a rematch, and Holman beat him in about 4 then, but it's a tough way to lose a fight when your opponent doesn't even know that he won it. Round 3 is coming up. This is Johnny Holman in the black trunks. Remind you, the referee is concerned solely with refereeing the bout here in Ohio. He does not participate in the voting on a decision. Ezzard Charles now is beginning to unlimber his big guns at Johnny's head. But as was the case when Johnny tried it in the second round, Ezzard, too, is finding the opponent's head slipping away as the punch comes across. Right hand that just grazed the jaw of Johnny Holman, shook him up for a moment, and that one landed solid, delivered by Charles. Holman might have gone down. Short, well-delivered punch. For that right hand was more optimistic than actual. The right hand did not get to the jaw of Johnny Holman. Ezzard punched it through the guard of Holman, but it was short. About 40 seconds left in round number 3. It's a good left hook to the midsection. That one you might have heard. It smacked real loud. About 10 seconds to go in round 3. Round number 4 coming up. You're looking into the corner of Johnny Holman. He's been taking some big belts in the body in this fight. Ezzard has been letting go with some real bombs at his head, but those have been missing. The body punches, however, have been scoring for Ezzard Charles. Holman is hanging on. Start a breeze. 1 minute to go in the 5th round. In the 4th round. Correction.
Come on, Johnny! Come on, Johnny! Come on, Johnny!
30 seconds to go in the 4th round. These fighters are carrying on with a blistering pace.
Go ahead, Johnny! Go ahead, Johnny! Go ahead!
10 seconds left in the 4th. Ezzard Charles being worked over in his corner. Round number 5 is coming up. Ezzard had Holman groggy for just an instant. With a big right hand he landed in about the first minute of round number 4. But he still can't afford to throw caution to the winds and get careless against this big boy because he's got power, even when he is a little shaky. Johnny Holman in the black trunks came in at a weigh-in of 202 pounds as against 195 and a half for Ezzard Charles, which is somewhat more than Charles usually fights at. Ezzard Likes to fight at around 189, 190. Again, a good left hook by Ezzard Charles into the midsection of Johnny Holman. To go in the fifth round. Both fighters missing, and missing so hard they almost wound up behind each other. Charles seems to be facing himself a little bit this round. Johnny still fighting a steady fight. About 25 seconds left here in the fifth round. Both those punches by Charles were blocked. Johnny Holman caught one on the elbow, the other on his glove.
Take for me.
Round number 6 coming up. Johnny Holman standing in his corner waiting for the bell. Big man is John Holman. And the referee, Dave Hanlon, comes over and wipes some excess Vaseline off the face of Johnny. Both fighters were having their faces greased up pretty liberally, and the referee went to each corner, warned them to take some of it off, and wasn't satisfied with the removal from Johnny Holman. Again, both fighters missing with right hands, but Charles was a little quicker on the recovery, landed a good left hook. Johnny Holman in the black trunks has been doing his best landing at long range, which accounts for Ezzard staying in tight on him. And when Ezzard goes down to the crouch or semi-crouch, Johnny seems unable to find the range, and firing his right hand, it usually glances off the top of Ezzard's head. 30 seconds to go in the 6th round. Looking in the corner of Johnny Holman. He's had 4 straight victories in 1955. His big ones, of course, were his knockout of Cesar Brizon and his TKO of Ezzard Charles. Knocking out Brion marked the first time anyone had done it. Brion had been in the ring with Joe Louis. We're in the 7th round. Inside with right hands, not much leverage on the punch. And Johnny Holman just dropped his mouthpiece. There's a lace loose on Holman's left glove. Time is called by the referee, Dave Hanlon, and he repairs the damage. Still flopping. Trying to keep track of the timeouts here. I have a minute and 45 seconds left. That may not jive precisely with the official time. The time on the round is stopped for those equipment repairs. 1 minute left in round number 7. Seconds left in the 7th round. A little less than 10 seconds to go. The warning whistle is sounded. The 8th round is coming up. In the white trunks, here is Ezzard Charles. This is Jack Drees speaking to you from Cincinnati, Ohio. Johnny Holman in the black trunks, Ezzard Charles in the white. We're beginning the 8th round. Neither fighter has been knocked down. The closest to it was a big right hand delivered by Ezzard Charles back in the 4th round, which had Holman shaken up for a moment. But Johnny recovered and wasn't far enough gone for Ezzard to forget his caution and really go after him. just ducked under that big right hand by Charles, caught him on the top of the head. The 8th round is half over, a minute and a half to go. Seconds left in the 8th round. That's the end of the 8th round. Round number 9. Ezzard Charles really letting go with the big punches now. Started out the round with a big hook to the body, followed up with another hook alongside Johnny's jaw. This is the 9th round. This is the round where it ended down in Miami, as Johnny Holman came from behind on every scorecard to land a right-left-right combination that had Ezzard Charles out on his feet. And the bout was stopped in the 9th round, and Johnny got it on a TKO. Neither fighter has been down in this fight. There's 1 minute left in the 9th round. About 25 seconds left in round 9. Again, that lacing has come loose on the left glove of Johnny Holman. Here we come to the final round of the fight. You're looking at Johnny Holman. Touching gloves with Ezzard Charles as they go into the last 3 minutes of action. Left in the fight. Johnny Holman in the black trunks trying to find a spot to land that big punch that did it the last time around. But Ezzard Charles has been fighting a very cautious and well-planned fight, and Johnny hasn't had a really clean shot at him all night. One minute to go in the fight. Seconds left. 5. And that's the end of the fight. We'll have the decision in just a moment. Waiting now for the decision to be announced. The referee, remember, does not vote. They have 3 judges: Joe Craven, Gene Nitschke, Paul Pusateri, and they make all the decision votes. The referee keeps track of the fight, is in charge of the fight, can stop the fight, and thus award victory to one fighter or the other. But when it goes to a decision, the judges do all the voting here in Ohio. We're waiting now for the tally sheets to be counted up and checked over by the Boxing Commission. You're looking now as Ezzard Charles has the gloves cut from his hands. And here is the decision.
Your attention, please. Here's the decision. Judge Joe Craven, Charles 98, Holman 89. Judge Gene Nitschke, Charles 98, Holman 96. Judge
Decision, and Ezzard Charles reverses the upset setback he received from Johnny Holman in Miami some weeks ago. Ezzard Charles, the unanimous winner. Only one judge saw it close, Gene Nitschke, scoring at 98 to 96. Paul Pusateri gave every round to Ezzard Charles, who wound up with an even 100 points on his scorecard.